Good evening, everybody. This is Model Railroad Addict coming to you with a layout update video number 11. Been several months since my last video, and I do apologize for that. Golfing kind of got in the way of the railroad hobby. I like to golf, but I have recently spent a ton of money upgrading my clubs, my bag, everything from Callaway. I switched over to Titleist. My bag's full of Titleist, new Titleist staff bag, drivers, irons, wedges, Cameron putter, everything that you could get Titleist in my golf bag is Titleist now. So I basically spent a ton of money on that, and I figured that I've been playing a lot of golf. Probably have got close to 45 to 50 rounds of golf under my belt since the end of April, and just haven't dedicated any time to this hobby at all of the model railroading. So over the last week or two, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos. I still keep up with all the YouTube videos. Everybody that I'm subscribed to, I watch all their videos, and I just kind of got the bug back. You know, it didn't matter. I subscribe to several different guys, NHOO. I subscribe to y'all, watch them all. Just kind of got the bug back in me to get back into the railroad, get it going. And I decided to come back down to the railroad room. It was a mess. It basically become a pile-up junk room. I spent about a day and a half cleaning it up, getting everything off the bench work, and started back up with the layout. So we'll go ahead and turn the camera around and show you what has been accomplished on the layout. Well, first of all, it's still in scale. I didn't change. It's still in scale. The last video I was deciding on whether I was going to run the Kato Unitrack or the Flex Track with like Picos turnouts, and I have decided to run the Flex Track. So what I've done is I basically drew the main lines on. I've got the main lines down, and I've started putting some cork road bed down. So now that I've started doing that, I'm probably going to dedicate at least an hour or better each evening to the room to start getting the road bed down, start getting some track and some turnouts and some other stuff. I actually did some trading with some of my O-gauge stuff earlier this week to get some new in-scale stuff, and actually a diesel facility and stuff. So that's going to help me get motivated to get this layout going. So we'll go ahead and turn the camera around here, and I'll start showing you where I'm at. Okay, here's where I'm at. Bench work is fully cleaned off of all the junk that has acquired on here over the last 3 to 4 months. I think it's been early April since the last layout update, and this room became basically my toss it to the side, deal with it later storage room. I've cleared everything. Actually, I still have a mess of boxes down there, but of stuff I've unloaded, and I got golf stuff underneath there, and I mean, it's still not totally cleaned up, but it's workable right now. So here's what I've got. We got in scale. I went ahead and pulled out, got some Midwestern cork. That's what I'm going to be, Midwest cork. That's what I'm going to be using. I've actually started laying cork down. Sorry about the lighting. I have not done anything with the lighting. I've actually got a temporary light up right there to light that side of the room up, and then I've got the can light. I am going to work on getting some fluorescent lights in here to go, and it's going to run off that up there. So I just have to reach in, hit the power switch on that, and I'm going to run these thicker extension cords to each one of the lights, so that way I can power the lights, just turn it on and off. I don't have to worry about running any extra powering in here. It's an unfinished ceiling. I know you really can't tell, but it's an unfinished ceiling, and there's a lot of electrical wires and cable wires and stuff run through here, so it's not really going to matter. And usually when I'm shooting videos, I'm not going to be looking up anyway. So here's where we started. Got the main line here, and the bench work for just a refresher, we're talking the room is 10.5 this way by 10.5 this way. These two walls are finished studded drywall. This wall with the door opening, and this wall here is poured concrete. I've got a 2-foot deep section that comes all the way down that wall, and then a 2-foot deep section that comes back to here. This section on the south wall is 30 inches deep, and this section on the west wall is 35 inches deep. I am going to have a duck under that's going to come at an angle across here. You can actually see I've got the road bed here, and this line right here is it's going to be the other main line coming through. and it'll come around, and as you can see right here, and then there's the main line right there, the second main line. Here's the outer main line, and this right here, these marks right here and here, and you won't be able to see them over here, but I've also got a mark here and a mark over here, and that's what I'm going to use for the duck under. I'm going to put it just right there, build like a little bridge across. It's not going to be removable. It's going to be permanent. I will have to duck under it, but I don't think it's going to be that bad. So I'll just have to deal with that. But the main lines will come around back here. I've already done some work right here. This is going to be the engine facility. Basically from this switch back into here, it's going to be all my engine facility. It'll come here and kind of do a ladder down. The lighting's horrible. This is the diesel shop. I know you probably can't see it that well. The light, my apologies. I can't turn the light on the phone because I'm recording right now. But and I'm using my iPhone 5S to record. I'm still having issues with the camera transferring the video to the computer and it not messing up my talking to where it is in the video, the place in the video. So that's a diesel shop. It's a Walthers kit. Actually, there's two Walthers kits built into one right there. I actually traded some O-gauge stuff to get that, and there's several cars in here I traded to get for. And I traded on it to get that. This is a NW2 Southern Pacific switcher. I traded for that, and just did some trading. That's what kind of got me back into it. This piece of track right here is Kato Unitrack. I said I was going to go with the Flex. I am. This is actually going to go into here. I'm going to dismantle this and fasten that Kato track to there, turn that into a programming track. I'm going to, do it up all nice and make it look nice. And that's going to be a programming track. And I'm going to use the Kato, these straight sections of Kato track to make the programming track. But yeah, the diesel shop's going to go into here. That's sitting roughly where I'm going to have the diesel facility. It's a 3-bay. Should hold probably 6 engines at one time. But I'll probably just have a hand, maybe 3 or 4 in there at a time. But it's a 3-bay. And then I'm going to have 2 servicing tracks next to it. I'll have a fueling facility over here and sanding towers and stuff out here somewhere. And the entrance is going to come in right here. Right now I just got this number 6 switch. But it's going to come off the main and come into it right there. Like I said, it's got this switch sitting in place when I used it to make up the road bed. Coming in there. Road bed comes around. I've got a single row of road bed down. It's only doubled up through here because I want to get that switch in place. But it'll come around all the way down there to that corner, around this corner. I know you see several lines there, but I was just experimenting with gaps between the main lines, and I came up with 1.5 inch gap between the main lines instead of doing the I started out at 2.5 on this one. I thought that was way too far apart for end scale. It didn't look prototypical, so I came up at 1.5 inches. I thought looked real good. I did have some guys tell me that maybe I should go with a 2-inch in the past, but with my size and my radius curves, even this car right here that I've got, which is one of those double auto racks, whatever they call those things, but it's a double auto rack that's connected together in the middle. Even on these curves, that shouldn't overhang. Minimum radius on this layout is 32 inches. The maximum radius, which is this curve back here, is 45, and I got a 36 right here, and these are 32s right here, and into this right here, that's a 45 also. So I'm not running small curves by any means, so I figured the 1.5 inches will look fine. On the main lines, I'll probably use number 8 switches for crossovers, and I'll probably use, I use the number 6 right here, which I think will be the only number 6 I use on the main line, except I'll use them in the yards, but I'm going to use number 8s on the main line mostly. It's probably going to be code 80 Flex Track. I found a lot of it. Code 55, I haven't found a whole bunch of it, but in fact, I haven't even found any, not even on eBay for sale. I found some of the micro engineering, but it's scarce too, so I'm having trouble finding some Flex Track right now. But and then for turnouts, I'm going to use Pico only on the turnouts, just so I don't have to put ground throws on them, because I got the sprung throws on them, so I don't have to worry about the little ground throws. So I'm going to use Pico switches on it, and basically all I have is the main line and the engine facility in mind. So that's basically what I'm working on right now. When I get to the track laying part, I'm going to decide on some industries. I'm thinking of maybe 4 to 5 industries. really kind of undecided, but I'd like to have some industries. I'm probably going to have some place that will hold box cars. Definitely going to have a grain facility somewhere, some kind of like chemical or ethanol or some kind of liquid plant to service up some tanker cars. I'll probably have a small auto rack yard and a small intermodal yard. And then I'll have a town scene on here along with the engine facility. I'll have a building and stuff and cars in it. So this is where I'm at. I totally apologize to all my subscribers for the length between my layout videos. This one probably went further than I ever have, but now that I've started back up into it, kind of getting the bug on it again, so you'll probably start to see regular updates on this from this point forward. I'm going to try to get one at least every 2 weeks up now. If I can get one up every week, I will. If I start getting a lot of progress on this layout every day, I might go every 3 to 5 days. I might hit one every, 2 videos per week. Depends on how fast I start getting on this layout going. But right now, this is basically what I've done this evening with this outer cork and getting that going. I spent about an hour and a half down here and hoping to get this going. So give me something to do in the evening times. Can't play golf when it's dark out, only when it's daylight. So late in the evening, I can come down here and spend an hour or so and get some progress done. So this is where I'm at. I'm back, basically, and look forward to seeing more update videos from me in the near future. All right, until then, this is Mall Railroad Addict, and I'm signing off.